Thank you very much. I'm going to put someone on the spot. Does anyone want to do a recap of last session?
Lorna was very angry. That is what I remember.
What were you angry regarding again?
She can't find her brother yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
We saw
So,
they're doing weird experiments to the captives.
Mm-hmm.
yep. Fae and humans were being experimented on, and Barnaby morphed into some of these guardians that you've come across while making your way to the Thorn Forest or Thorn Tower.
Yep.
You guys travel through the woods for maybe 2-3 hours tops. Uh, Thanks to very, very good stealth rolls. Plus, Pass Without a Trace doesn't hurt at all to have thrown on top. And I think most of your group has advantage some way or some form on stealth. And you've made it to make it all the way through most of the forest, bypassing any would-be foes or scouts for the Broodmother. And you came across, you know what? I'll go ahead. Do you guys remember what they looked like from last session? I can just go ahead and slap them on here real fast. Please don't break full 20.
Right.
These guys, you came across these foes. Uh, one riding on a hog. Looks like he had a spear in hand with made out of branches, and then another one carrying a massive club. Both big beasts just wandering through the woods. And then you guys came across a raven that was flying through the woods, or a crow. Um, is there a difference between a raven and a crow? I feel like that's a dumb
Yes.
question.
Yes,
Okay.
there
I
is.
think
I
a
don't
raven's
know
a lot
what the
bigger than
difference
crow.
is. What's that?
Ravens are a lot bigger.
Okay, so that makes sense then. All right, so you saw this raven flying down, and he went to go pick up a little fey-like creature wandering around in one of the dried out creek beds, and start to pick it. Or he transformed into a larger creature, and still remaining this black, almost like a black eagle form, and picking the little creature up and started to head towards the direction you guys were heading. Um, and I learned, and the rest, you guys saw an opportunity to, I guess, save this creature. I won't. Maybe you guys could explain how that went down or the thought process, but you guys were able to stop it with the javelin and interrogate it, learning a few things and actually gaining safe passage all the way through the rest of the Black Forest. Um, as soon as he led you to the entryway, he kind of pointed out that there are a few entrances on obviously the ground floor. Um, and he kind of gave you a very not very helpful hint, basically saying, "I don't know what your plan is to get into this place. It's it's walking, crawling with all the different guards, and you guys found a little hole on the side to kind of come in through the side of the tower, one of a few kind of openings left in this otherwise overgrown, just blackthorn twisting tower. Um, you guys entered here on the map where you guys landed kind of there, hiding just barely, and you guys went up the other direction to actually, so I guess I should reveal that, but you guys went up the north direction to find uh the those performing the experiments. And then you started going back down the other direction where you saw there were some guardians around there, but also some of those thin, scraggly creatures that you encountered on your way through, or the one that you encountered on your way in. They look a little different. They all don't look the same. Some have actually more bird-like features, while others just have lots of feathers, and some are morely human, kind of like the one you encountered with mostly human features, but just kind of off-putting other stuff. But you see them wandering around and taking care of all the odds and ends down here. And they're moving in and out. Every once in a while, you'll see them go in, check in on this what looks to be holding cells from your perspective or your close eye you guys got. When I think who scouted ahead? I can't remember who scouted ahead. Was that you, Cronus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you scouted ahead and you got a peek into this little area, and you saw there looked to be some humanoids, and captured in there, as well as some other fake creatures kind of locked up in there. You came back to the group that said you didn't see any enough evidence to say Rory was or was not in that room, but it does look like a prisoner holding place. After you guys kind of investigated the room a little further, at seeing that it's quite busy right there in the main area, that you guys see this big thorn branch kind of growing up the wall where you guys are a little bit. You have to climb a little bit to get to it, but then you could, if you guys have good balance, make your way across it. Let me show you here, and potentially even cross over into the area that would be where you're assuming the prisoners are. You guys were also just discussing basically recent events of what happened and what your next steps are going to be, but I believe that covers everything that we left off on, and gives you a good place of where we are now, where you guys are kind of hiding up in these rocks, looking down on the activity. Currently, no one's in motion to come up the rock, like up the. I hate to use stairs, and I hope the picture hopefully better describes that these aren't traditional stairs, but no one wants to climb up these stairs right now. You do see people going in and out of the tower, but that's what you see from your current perspective. What would you guys like to do?
We probably should get down there. I mean, I'm absolutely willing to go first. We need to get down there. We need to sneak by them or deal with them and
Agreed.
find them.
I'll actually go down first.
Which way are you guys going?
Right, so I feel like most of us are okay going down the vine. Like, does it seem like going down the vine would be less obvious to the monsters potentially? Maybe?
The vine is basically growing high across the ceiling, but not quite like entwined with the ceiling. So it's basically like its own little trail above it all. It does eventually start to kind of grow down towards where this, I would say, for better words, an entryway, where everyone kind of assembles. It would be a little bit higher than chandeliers in a grand hall, if you can imagine that. So imagine there's a grand hall where this little thorn branch is growing across, where you could
maybe not.
going across the ceiling.
Maybe
So
not.
it's definitely doable. It's high enough to for with good dexterity and stealth that you may do well. The other options are a little bit more direct, unless you have some other creative ideas that you guys haven't discussed yet. So that's up to you guys to decide.
Looking at the vines, do they look like they are alive, as in they could move on their own, or just normal vines?
They're not normal vines. It is definitely part of the thorns, and at any time, you couldn't presume otherwise, as you've seen it firsthand, that these will grow, change, twist it seems at a whim, but you just don't know. But your previous experience would tell you that it's possible.
Okay, so what do we want to do?
I'd rather not get caught, so probably not the vine. Unfortunately.
That's the only one that would involve sneaking, isn't it? All the other ones are fight what's in the room, isn't it? Or am I missing something?
Unless you guys want to think of something. Oh, 1 second, guys. Yeah, what's up, babe?
I finished.
Unless someone can distract or freeze everyone in this room
You know,
without
Um,
getting caught.
I'm so magical that it might work.
Yeah, I mean, you
Let's
guys
hear
could
it.
think of other options. I mean, you guys could do. I know you guys have tons of magic at your disposal. I can't, you know. You have tools.
Maybe we should first get our ducks in a row before we proceed. Like maybe we should figure out where the tiefling is, where your brother is, and come up with
We can't
strategy
figure that out
as
without
to-
proceeding. We don't know where either of them are.
well, I believe one of you knows how to make someone invisible. They can scout ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a stupid idea.
All our ideas are stupid.
No. I have a spell slot that is high enough to turn all of us invisible.
Oh.
Ooh.
Because
I think it'd be wasted on me. I'm just saying.
Matched with Cronus's, we might have a chance. Of course, if you attack anything or cast a spell after I turn you invisible, you're fucked.
Just a quick update to the map, guys. Not to interrupt you, I'll just reveal the other room that you guys kind of came across earlier. That was still kind of hidden. But go on.
I mean, we could save that spell slot, whatever that is, and for something that might that for something more powerful that might come up, and instead, like I said, just turn one of us invisible, preferably Scales, and he could go and look for our targets and let us know, and then we can separate into two teams: team distraction and team recover. Preferably, Kid should be the one that goes after the brother and teleport him away, and then we can rendezvous back together during a battle and hopefully be taking on the tiefling during this distraction. We don't have to beat the tiefling just yet. We just need to stall till the brother is saved.
I like it.
How are we going to talk to each other?
We have the earrings.
Which works in how many feet?
500, right?
I
Something
think
like
that's
that.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big tower, isn't it?
And where do I teleport the brother to? Just far
The
enough away?
entrance.
Anywhere. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere is better than here.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like that's
Arguable.
subjective.
Agreed.
Currently, anywhere is better than here.
No. Not true.
Either way,
So
your plan is to send Cronus off by himself.
Either
yeah, I'm just
that.
curious. What's the plan
Stay
again?
here and hope we don't get caught.
I mean, I could just always go down there and distract them.
I'd like to point out I'm like Cronus. I don't know where I was going with that.
So it either has to be Faye or Cronus that goes invisible, goes and tries to find Rory. If that happens, then either Cronus can let him free, and then he can get out on his own, or like make his way out. That way, if Faye gets to him, then Faye can teleport him up to the top there, and then rendezvous back with us. The other team is then going to wander the halls aimlessly and try and find the tiefling. I don't necessarily... I like it. I'm just worried about that one person leaving by themselves.
It is very, very risky.
That's why we send a scout first.
Yeah. Could you... Ichabod would be too obvious.
I'd also
Well, I'm
like
referring
point out,
to turning scales invisible.
Yeah.
He's the sneakiest of all of us.
okay, if we're splitting up though, Faye should stay with you two. I can go with Cronus. No offense, I'm the one who can turn us invisible multiple times. And I'm
Yeah.
slightly sneakier.
How long does invisibility last for?
An hour, unless you do something stupid.
Well, I'm not going to attack anything.
You might not get a choice.
I mean, I'm very
But
quick.
also, if we're doing multiple people, A, I can ride on your shoulder. B, I'm sneakier than Faye.
I have a +9 to stealth.
Same, but I have advantage already, so
Touche.
we'd be the same.
I do have a scroll of greater invisibility. If whoever the scout is can find Lorna's brother, if I can get over there afterwards, I could cast that before working on a teleportation circle to get your brother out. That way it could work in relatively peace.
Teleportation circle would take a while too. Doing that in the middle of this tower, probably not going to be
Yeah.
a thing.
No, it's not.
But I can get him out. Like,
I mean,
immediately out.
a dimension door could get him.
Yeah, okay. Cronus and Anika will go and try and scout ahead. We'll wait as long as we can here.
Not to mention the three of you. A little bit easier if the three of you get in a fight than if I'm with you.
Maybe, potentially, yes. Who has the earrings? I believe it is actually both Cronus and
It's you
Anika.
and Cronus.
No, because we usually stick together, so I think it's you two that actually have it, so one of us can take the earrings.
Someone.
I'll take it.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Try not to. Okay. Let's do it.
So the plan is that so Cronus and who's going?
Me.
Cronus and Anika are going. How are you guys going? Are you guys going across the thorn and into the prison cells above the ceiling, or are you guys going downstairs and through the assembly area?
Well, if we're going to be invisible, it's down this like makeshift stairs is probably easiest.
Yep.
Yeah, there would be no obviously dexterity or balancing act. You just have to have quiet steps.
And Cronus, you're faster than me, so. And I just kind of hold my arms up.
Yep.
On your shoulder.
Okay.
Invisible.
Okay. So you have to cast what level spell slot is that, or do you have to upcast that for the two of you guys?
Yeah, it's a 3rd level slot.
To cast, how many creatures can be included in one?
So base level's 1. Every level above is 1 extra. It's a base level of 2. So level 3 gets 2 people.
Okay, that's thank you. Okay. All right. So you guys, you hop on his shoulders, and you guys turn invisible. I assume you guys start to make your descent. But what is the rest of the 4 of you doing? Are you guys staying behind to recover if necessary, or what are you guys planning on trying to do while they sneak through?
Do nothing unless a distraction is needed.
Okay. Okay.
And I guess kind of keep an eye out behind us in case someone's coming down or coming up the stairs towards us.
Yeah. And just to point out where you're at, so obviously this was a kind of covered area for you guys to enter. So there is a lot of thorny, like overgrown branches that are jutting out. Again, these are not perfectly clean cut rooms. So you could find little nooks and crannies to hide in, or even little places if you need to. It wouldn't be complete coverage, so there is still a chance that you'll be detected, but there is some coverage to depending on how well you do. Okay. Well then, Cronus and Anika, you guys start to make your descent down the way from these stairs. So what I'm going to do is make 2 of these tokens. All right. Oh wait, layer token. There we go. So you get down to about here, Cronus and Anika, doing fairly well. Since there's no scouts, there's no real necessary need to roll stealth at this point. But you could go ahead and give me a perception check, Anika and Cronus, and advantage, Anika, since you're riding on top of the shoulders of an already significantly tall creature. All right, first roll for the night. All right, Anika, you do see out of the corner of your eye, coming down this way. I'll go ahead and reveal it like this. Obviously, at this point, you've got a way better vantage to make this out, so you will have clearer view. What seems to be a pathway similar on the way you came in, but leading up, and you assume back to that one room that you guys saw the other entrance when you were coming that way. Coming down this way, though, coming from, oops, let me get my pointer tool.
I'll point it out to Cronus, kind of like pull his ear towards that way and just lean down. I think that leads back to that one room.
You'll just see from right here, there starts to be a little group of cultists, if you will, I guess, the thin, scraggly, raven people that you saw kind of transformed when you first were met them outside, are coming down this way from that room. They're not quite far enough for the other group to see, but as soon as they get like about to here, you will be all of you aware of them. What would you guys like to do?
Using the earring, I'm going to whisper back to Lorna and inform them that there's that group right there around the corner.
Noted. And I will proceed to motion for everybody to hide, just in case.
I shall attempt to hide.
Hehe, me too.
All right. So, go ahead and keep going down the steps. Now, as you guys are making these larger steps where you are actually going to have to kind of hop down to the lower ledge, this will take a little stealth to do. So, Cronus, go ahead and give me a stealth roll, please. And I believe you have advantage. Yeah.
And then do I have pass without trace going still?
I'll say...
Because when we got to that other room, I had recasted it.
Yeah.
When you got to the room above at the top of the
Mhm.
stairs. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, then that was like, I'll say 30 minutes ago, after talking, strategizing, figuring
Okay.
out how you guys were going to approach this, and just kind of seeing what you've already done. So yeah, it's probably 30 minutes left.
Okay.
So
Yep. $30.
30 will be a pretty good number. A pretty hard number to beat. You see here. I just want to make sure this one guy doesn't have something real quick. Nope. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead. Yeah, this is me really. It's disadvantage too on perception checks against you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
I'm
think.
sorry. 30 is way above their passive perception, so it doesn't matter. So you guys make it successfully down to the assembly area. Here you got a clear view of what's actually standing in this room. Cronus and Anika, you'll count about roughly 3 of those big, large forest guardians with the elk-like antlers on their head. They're not riding their boars inside of this assembly area, but they are still very massive and tall. Then you will also see there are, what are we saying here? There are 5 of those little the bigger forest guardians with the clubs that they were carrying. There's about 5 of those, and then you're going to see roughly 6 of those raven-like creatures, kind of moving about down here, helping with mending some of the creatures, any kind of wounds they took from their previous adventures out. But you see the cultists, or these ravens, like treating the creatures and yeah, just taking care of them and getting them ready to get back out there into the forest. And what would you guys like to do?
Well, at least we know where their healers are. Probably go to whichever door doesn't have as many guardians at it.
Mm-hmm. This one over here.
Mhm.
Like, do we actually see that door?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not like a true door. That's just was my shortcut, and maybe I'll do annotation. I couldn't decide to do annotation or actually drawing, but I was just trying to show you that there's a door.
There's an opening
There's the
to the
big
next
doors.
area.
Yeah, the ones pointing outwards are going back outside the way you guys were looking in.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, so
yeah.
Oh, interior
we'll
door.
go. I'm going to head over that way.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another stealth roll with advantage.
32.
All right. All right. So no, that is dexterity based, so never mind. I was just wondering, I'm like, what about obstacles? But no, that doesn't make sense. That's stealth that kind of takes that into consideration. So, yeah, you successfully make your way across. There are a few obstacles in your way, some broken tree limbs and stuff, just roots, jutting out of the floor. It's not a nice traditional marble floor. It's a little bit of rock and a little bit of earth kind of assembling this area, this flooring. But you guys make it over past enough of the big ones that are kind of stepping around to not get squashed, and you make it into the entryway of this area. You'll notice that those cultists are starting to come to about here now, and they have started their descent down these stairs. So you group B, you can see them coming down. And so I'll say group up on the ledge, prison group, home group. Home group, you see them walking down towards Cronus and Anika. Well, that direction. You don't see Anika and Cronus. So I'm going to now split up separate them to a different voice channel real quick while they enter the prison cell area.
I guess I'll take off my headphones then. We probably want this on stream. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Moving this over.
You guys there?
Yep. Might help if
Done.
he came over.
Oh.
For
whatever reason, I thought he was... Okay.
Am I supposed to be up there?
I don't know. I'm confused.
I'll
Is he
be
supposed
back.
to be here or there?
I'll be back.
All right.
What's going on?
Surprise! It's all about them now. So, as you walk into this, again, this more opening more than a doorway as it reveals itself into this room, you see these more of these twisted thorns. They're a lot thinner, not these big massive trunks that are making up this huge fortress on the outside, but these are still very deliberate, but smaller vines and thorns are twisting and wrapping all around very tightly, forming these almost solid roundish walls that kind of are nestled across the rooms. You can hear on the other side of these walls the groans and belly aches and just general pains of some of the people behind these walls, though it's very hard to get a good sight into these walls. Are very, very closely wound. You'll have to get up very close to the walls to try to see into these cells. Seems to be actually, I'm sorry. Also, looking into this room onto the side, you will see that there is a sleeping raven person. They're kind of on a stool, leaned back, kind of just snoring away. But what would you guys like to do?
Real quick, I know with invisibility, if I attack or cast a spell, invisibility ends.
Right? Yeah.
But if I use something like Shadow Step, that's not a spell. It's just something I do. Does
It's
it
not
end?
a spell. No.
So what is? I have to read it.
Invisibility is specific to cast a spell or attack. Doesn't say anything about using abilities. Spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. Neither of which of those. That's not an attack or a spell.
Was up this one. It doesn't say anything about whether or not it's an action. It specifically says spell or
attack.
Spell or an attack. And Shadow Step says specifically that you will have advantage on your next attack, but it doesn't say it's an attack. So you are correct. So you should be able to do that. That being said, you cannot take someone with you via Shadow Step.
Yeah.
Okay.
But but it's hard to see inside the cells though, yes.
It is hard. You can see into them though. You just have to get up close. You'd have to go up to each kind of like cell to look into them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we could always check to see what's all in there before you go gallivanting into cells. Assuming there's no weird alarm. Although it'd be on the outside, so I don't know why there'd be an alarm there. We should probably check
Yeah.
for traps anyway.
Yeah, I guess let's quietly look around the room. You said the one person like on guard is like currently sleeping.
Yeah,
Right.
let me put some markers on there if that would help. Bloop, and here we go. That's basically where he's tuckered out sleeping. And let's put this here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells to investigate.
Want to start from the farthest and work in? Or
Right,
work
that's
out?
fine. Either that or you can just check one side and I'll check the other.
Sure.
All right, go ahead and do stealth checks for me. And if you guys want to, are you guys splitting up and working in? So I'll assume Nika, you go here, and Cronus, you're going here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Go ahead and give me separate stealth checks then.
How big is the room? Like, would I still be within his pass without a trace?
Oh, definitely.
30
Yeah,
feet.
yeah, you're
Cool.
definitely in the room. This whole entire time you're in this room, you guys will be within range of each other, unless you guys are like in literally polar opposite corners.
Yeah, so it'd be a 24.
34.
24 and a 34. Okay. Okay, so you both kind of look into the cell. You first kind of step over in. You know what? Do a perception check real quick for me, Cronus and Anika.
Not a plus 10, so 16.
Okay.
17.
Okay. You first go up real quick to kind of like check into it, but you realize that again these are all thorn branches and stuff, and they have actual thorns on the face of them as well. So it's kind of hard to climb right up against it. So you don't want to press right against, or so you just have to kind of like find a way to climb up and look into it without grabbing those thorns. Cronus, you're very, very tall. You're going to have no problems looking at this without doing too much of anything. But Anika, I will need let's see here. This would be what's climbing? Climbing is athletics, right?
Could I argue acrobatics because I'm tiny?
No. Let me double check. I just want to double check that is climbing. I thought it was. I thought that was.
If I was hopping around instead of trying to muscle my way up. Parkour shit.
You could definitely hop, but you wouldn't get enough height to kind of look into the cell comfortably. You could definitely, you know what? I would do a straight dexterity check if you'd like to see if you'd rather just do a straight dexterity check. Then that would be like, okay, you're trying to be nimble. You're still trying to pull yourself and climb, but you're trying to be very nimble on where you place your hands and stuff, and avoiding getting thorns.
They're the same, my dex and athletics. So no, unless it's an acrobatics, it'd be the same.
Okay. So roll athletics then, and all right, you climb up, and you are careful enough with that score. You didn't get too you didn't prick any fingers, and you look into the cell, Anika. You will see that there are little fey-like creatures of various shapes and sizes and various looks and colors. So some will look like the one creature you found on your way in. Some you'll see are like porcupine kind of creatures with a face and other humanoid-like creature or features. And you'll see another creature, excuse me, that has a head for a toadstool and these weird goofy eyes kind of stick that come out at the bottom, and a tongue that just hangs out of his mouth just because it seems like they seem a little scared and a little bit just lost in the cell, just kind of broken spirited. And that's what you see in that cell. Is there anything you specifically want to see or try to look for in that cell, or do when you look into that cell?
Are these Fae I've read about, or do they look like experiments?
These look like different various creatures from the Fae. You know, some creatures they are just come in different shapes and sizes. Do you think that some of these could be kind of some form of pixie or some kind of fairy potentially? Um, but not in the sense that the ones you ran into at Pixie Hollow, but some kind of Fey-like creature or Fey touch creature of that sort.
I'm guessing it. Does it look like there's a reason they're in here? Or is it just a mishmash? Or are they injured or anything like that?
Right now, they just kind of look um, lonely and kind of on the floor, just kind of sitting around and kind of waiting on what's next for them.
Okay. I'll just make note of that and go to the next one.
Cronus, you look into your cell here in the corner, and you will see that there are um, many humanoid-like creatures. There are several men, humans. You'll see a few half orcs, a few dwarves, and you will see. Let me see here. Half orcs, human, dwarves. Yeah, and that's all you see in there. But you see that there are predominantly are a lot of mostly are human. You will not see any uh, uh like banners or colors though. They seem to be kind of wearing minimalistic clothing, brown rags and stuff. Um, Nothing to really identify them, anything for at first glance, but that's what you kind of see. They're all shackled and kind of miserable in here.
That's not the person I'm looking for, so I will go down to the next one.
Okay. Going down to the next one. Actually, do you mind 1 second? Let me just check my notes and I'll go and then I actually want to go bounce back up to I need to check on the other channel too real quick. Shoot. I where's my cheat sheet on goodness. Wait a moment. Okay. Sorry about that. So yes, Anika, you go to your the next cell as well. Um, Looking into yours, actually, go ahead and give me another athletics check, Anika. Oh, this one struggles a little bit. You know, before you prick your finger, you lose your grip and you kind of start over at the bottom. Would you like to try again?
Sure.
Okay, this time you're a little bit more sure-footed, and you kind of get in there safely without pricking your fingers or hurting yourself on the thorns. Um, you look into the little whatever crevice you're able to kind of sneak a glimpse in, and you will see other kind of fey-like creatures. Again, different shapes and sizes. Um, they seem to be uh, in a similar state as the previous cell. Yeah, and there's not much difference in this group than from the latter group besides just different people. Um,
Then
I'm
I'll go to the
going
next one.
okay, and I need to switch up to the other channel real quick. All right, guys, you see. Oh, Lorna, are you there? Uh, well, you gotta see it.
Hello.
Hey, there we go.
Yes.
Welcome back.
So I don't think you. I don't know if you had your mic muted and you had your headset off and stuff. Um, so you guys will see that group of ravens or those people have made it down to the assembly area, and they're kind of making a few stops and checking on a few things as they kind of enter the room. But you see that they're kind of making their way over to the prison cells.
I feel like we
Would
should
you
do something.
guys like to do anything or say anything before I go back to the other group?
I feel like we
Just
should.
let them know.
Yeah, I message Cronus and being like, the group of people are coming over. I don't know if you can hide or something. Let us know if you want a distraction.
They should still be invisible.
We don't know.
Don't.
That's why I said, let us know if they need a distraction. That would be my question.
Okay. Let me switch over.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm supposed to move over there. That's okay.
I mean, you might want to for the stream.
I mean, if it's only that question, he'll move me over. If it's more than that. Maybe. Hopefully. So if we do have to make a distraction, do you want Lorna just to run in gung-ho and do her thing, or do you want to take a tactical, quiet distraction?
I mean, I could do something that doesn't require us getting close.
Which is?
Drop a dragon right down there.
No, because no.
I'm kidding. I wish I would have taken Cone of Cold. That would have been useful.
Okay. I can shoot something down there. I can cast my voice a little bit. Like, yeah?
I'm double checking what I have. Thaumaturgy, fire.
Did he say how many of them there were?
Like 4, I think.
Who has silence? I know Cronus
Silent.
has it.
Yeah. I think that's
Cronus
it.
has it.
So what? It's just Cronus?
Yeah.
Crap. Because we could have probably, if if you had silence, you could like cast silence on it, and we could just beat the shit out of it.
That is true. I'll be back.
hey, Lorna.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Are you guys talking, Lorna?
Nope.
I can move you back.
No, I was just saying I'll be back.
Oh,
cool.
What? I was gonna see. Since you're talking directly to Cronus and he's talking directly to you.
Sure.
That way, you guys I basically asked your question.
Yep. The group of crow people are coming closer. Do you want a distraction?
How many were in the group when we walked by and saw them the first time?
There is. Let's see here. There's our four cultists right now. Well, I'm sorry. Shoot, there was 3 on the stairs, right?
I can't remember.
When you first, yeah, I think it was 3. Sorry. Oh, where is this thing? There are three of them approaching the cells right now.
I don't know if it actually warrants a distraction.
It is up to you and Anika.
Yeah, I'll like kind of like do like the little because I can't see Anika anywhere.
Yeah. Oh shoot, that's a very real point. I didn't even think about that. Where are you?
Also, like we started at the same end and we were going in the same direction.
I was like, yeah, we're probably like
safe to
across
assume,
from each other now.
We're across the cells from each other, but
Cronus leaves to get back to the group. He's like, I think she's with me. Oh shoot! All right.
Oh god. So.
All right,
No
so-
distraction. Oh no.
I'll
Um,
go
so
Oh,
like
Bree-
up
real,
to,
Okay.
I'll go
like,
to
real
wherever
quick,
I
I
heard
would-
the.
and I would
probably
kind
nothing
of
touching
relay
his
that
leg.
like real quick, but like there's 3 on their way. Do you want them to do something?
Not right now.
Why'd you say that to her?
I walked over once he went.
Oh, you made a psst noise. Is that what you said? Is that what I
Yeah.
meant? Oh, sorry. Okay, I missed that. Okay. So no distraction right now. I'll go ahead and leave Lorna muted. Then she can leave her headset off for the audio. But then we'll also, if you change your mind, Cronus, or you do want any action, you can kind of declare it then at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys look through that one. There's only one cell left that you haven't checked on. Is there anything you want to do so far after that last group you just saw?
I'm gonna climb back onto Cronus's shoulder.
Okay.
May as well check the last one. The other two are just fake.
I mean,
And
the
not-
one here had red-haired people in it, but they were older.
Probably like uncles or something. Distant cousins.
So I'll walk over to the last one.
This one is kind of a mixture. There are some men, there are a few fae. It just seems like what's left over is spilled into one cell. You look across the men. You will see there's one person with red hair. He is younger. And he's not wearing any colors or banners, but he does have a piece of some of his not the kilt, but the thing that kind of wraps over around him, wraps over his shirt, kind of is still upon him. So he's kind of got that familiar pattern that you've seen during your time in Galos. And that's this group. As as you kind of look upon this next cell, you will see that there are 3 raven people kind of enter the room. I'll go ahead and move some pictures of them. Okay. Do this real quick. Oops. All right. I'll leave it big so you can just see what they look like a little bit easier. And then you will see one guy kind of, so they have gotten closer. You'll see there's one person in the 3 kind of walking them forward and into the cells. And Cronus, you did the scouting. Oops, he's off the map. You can't see him. Cronus, you did the scouting ahead in the upper room, I believe. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you would recognize this person looks very familiar to the person that you saw in the room, and there was another one dressed like him that left the room when you were scouting before.
Okay.
As they walk into the room, well, are you guys just? I assume like what are you guys trying to do? Are you just trying to stay quiet and still and avoid them, or are you trying to do something different?
So real quick, go back to the room before that I had scouted that I saw him in. What type of subjects were being experimented on in that room?
There were human and fey creatures experimenting in the room. You saw that the fey creatures were turned, like when they poured this dust and this chemical upon the creature, it turned into those patches of green and flowers and nature upon the table that they would scoop off and throw into the trash before the next experiment. On the humans, it was starting to transform them into some of the more brutish creatures, the ones with the big clubs that are dragging that they've been dragging. Those type of creatures, or other kinds twisted monstrosities. If they don't turn into that, they turn into other kind of like twisted, warped, fey like dark fey kind of creations. Yep.
I was just gonna say, like, if it was like all one, that was gonna change where I'm standing in the room. But
gotcha. Right now, you're kind of against the back of the room. Since you just checked out that last room, let me move these guys over here.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are right about here, and these guys are basically just in the room with you, and they've just stepped in about here. Okay. You'll hear them kind of in they're kind of conversing amongst themselves when they first come in the room, and they say, it seems like he's kind of getting annoyed with the questions of two of his comrades that are escorting him to the cells. He says, I don't have to explain the commands or the demands I've been, or the orders I received. We have to move the things along faster. And before he actually says the word faster all the way through, he sees the sleeping guard off to the side, and he he walks over to him and he gives him a big smack with the backhand across the head, waking him up and telling him to. He's like, you know what's upon us right now, and you're dozing off. Diaval will be very angry to hear this, and he becomes very apologetic and starts to say, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Actually, go ahead and make your stealth checks as they've entered this room and this like little confrontation is happening, this little interaction.
34.
I'm currently on his shoulders.
Okay. Well, it's auditory too, so go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage, Anika.
Okay. 35.
Yeah, perfect. I will definitely take the fact that you're on his shoulder and you guys aren't doing or moving much, unless you say you are. I'm assuming you're perfectly still. So goes. Diabol's ordered that we rush things along. I need you to help me and these others start escorting prisoners upstairs for either processing or containment, or high priority containment. Diabol wants him in his private cells, holding cells. And then the guard that's on guard, he goes, there's not enough room in Diabol cells. And he goes, exactly. We need to move things along and bring things up and get these prisoners cleared out or all together. So for whatever comes, we'll have everything all in one place. And he goes, yeah, and that's so he then kind of tells the guard to kind of stand up on his feet and follow him as he kind of walks to the first cell over here to the left where you kind of looked in. Anika, you will see, let me see what you say we have. Okay. And you see him or two of the guards kind of reach in and grabs some of the creatures that are in there. They can't grab every single one in one handful, the two of them, and then the guy closes them up behind. They then go to the other cell and open it this one right here, the one filled with humans down there, and start to reach in there and grab a few people and pull them out too.
So real quick, how are they opening it up?
Oh,
Yes. How are they
all
opening the
right.
cells?
Well, as they approach the each one, sorry about that. As they approach it, you'll see that they kind of gesture with their hands, and the thorns start to grow away from and revealing an opening for them to walk in and get to these creatures that are locked away. As soon as the ravens kind of walk away from the cell, the thorn wall shapes back and seals again.
And only the ravens are doing this?
Correct. So they're walking up. Well, from what you see, there's only the ravens that are in this room.
Oh, both of those guys are ravens?
Right. Well, they're both kind of, again, they don't all look the same. But this guy obviously has more humanoid shapes. He does have a lot more possessions than most. He has a cloak and a necklace with some odd bones and beads, and he carries a staff. So he's a little bit different from some of these other ones you've encountered so far. But yeah, they are all presumably the same type of creature.
Is it the same gesture for all of them, or are they different?
It just seems to react to them. It's not necessarily a spell, or if they're just willing it, or if just one of their perks of who they are and who they report to.
Oh, that another question.
Yeah.
Have we heard the name Diavol?
No, this is the first time you've heard the name Diavol. Okay. Yep, that's a new one.
Just checking.
Yep. So, they grabbed about 2 men and about 4 fey creatures. So they start to drag them out of the room towards the way they came and towards the way you guys, through the assembly area and back towards the experimentation room that you guys saw earlier when you first were scouting ahead. Anything you guys want to do as they drag these men away and the cells kind of like grow back and reform?
I'm not going to do anything at the moment.
Okay. Just to be clear, there are no ravens in this room at this time. You do see them go out the doorway. Go ahead and give me a perception check with you. See what you hear while they are a little bit away now. Nothing crazy.
So, 11.
Okay. All right. You'll hear the guy who comes out here and says, we call out to a few other people in the room and say, we need some help escorting some prisoners upstairs to experimentation or Diavol's private cells. He doesn't want to waste any time with the fey creatures. Focus on getting those humans first to Diavol's private cells. And so they keep going away, and then you will see that maybe there's not that many more cultists left in this room at this point, but you will see about 3 able bodies start to walk towards the cell again and go to that same first cell that you first were by, and he'll reach in and grab the last few men that are in that cell, pulling them out and taking them upstairs, taking them away in the cell, unless you guys choose to get involved. It's otherwise it's the same process. So right now this cell right here currently is empty.
Mm-hmm. So is the room pretty much empty outside of the people in the cells, Cronus and Nika and the one guard?
Yeah, those are the last of the ravens that they called for in that room to go help grab the remaining humans out of that one cell. So there are no other ravens out there. There are still some of these lumbering Hulk and Guardians kind of walking around, but they're more towards the entrance or the exits, I guess, and not really lingering around the prison area. So,
all right. Through the earring, I'm gonna whisper back to Lorna and pretty much be like, they're moving prisoners out.
All right, Lorna, are you with us?
Private cells.
I think she took her headset off.
She did.
Let me message her.
Cronus, you do need to tell her it's to private cells to a name we haven't heard.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, so they're moving over the earring. You're going to hear they're moving prisoners to a private cell for a new named guy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Is Rory there? Do we need to stop them?
I mean,
What'd she say?
can I assume Rory looks like Lorna? Just
That's how she's described him. Her, but male.
Yeah.
okay. So I'm going to assume.
That's kind of. I would say that you would have a good idea based on age.
Would
There was one because it's kind of
Actually,
hard. You
is-
didn't get a good view of their faces either, so you only really caught that they had red hair. One was younger, and two were older.
but
Wait.
also there were family portraits going down the hallway when we went to her house.
But they don't have a great view into these cells. Is our point. They can only. It's like peeking through a keyhole in a sense, and trying to
Also,
make out who's all in that room.
Cronus,
also, it's really high assumption that you think Cronus would be looking at pictures as we're walking down the hallway.
I mean,
Cronus,
yeah.
can you put me up against the cell window? Let me get a little closer look at the dude.
I mean, I can get even closer and just go in there real quick.
To do that.
Alright.
Oh, that's an emotional roller coaster. All right, Lorna, I'll be right back. I might know a guy.
Right? She's just there like,
I might have found you by. Let me get back to you on that. False alarm.
Yeah, so real quick, I'm gonna put Lorna down. Or not Lorna, but Anika down. And kind of like put her in the corner where I'm standing and just be like, please don't move. That way when I
I'm not
vamp
an
back
idiot.
out, I'm not gonna vamp out on top of you.
Yeah, Cronus, I'm not actually a child. Go.
And then I will shadow step inside the cell.
Okay, I'm gonna move you up there, and Lorna, I'm gonna move you up to the main channel as you guys see the other group approaching.
Okay. Things are happening?
Good things?
I don't know. I wasn't told all the information. Lorna got a message from Cronus saying that they're moving prisoners up to different cells. And then Lorna asked, is Rory there? And then suddenly he's like, I'll be right back, let me check. I'm like, I don't know.
So you hear these words that Lorna is describing that she heard from Cronus, and you will see before you down in the assembly area, kind of getting ready. You'll see that there are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ravens walking up the stairs. Some of them carrying some Fey-like creatures, and some of them are carrying. They're carrying about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 humans up the stairs. Towards the way they came.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is any of them Lorna's brother?
Yeah.
None of these men have near the fluorescent shine of Lorna's hair. They are various men, but none of them stand out strikingly like a red-haired version of Lorna.
Okay.
Do not engage.
Make a persuasion check with advantage to see how well you persuade Lorna, because she's wanting to.
Well, I can't do nothing.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Cronus, can you make a persuasion check for Josel? With advantage.
Oh, he doesn't have it on there.
Just roll.
Oh, I rolled
Oh,
it twice.
20.
So
Okay.
20.
Thank you.
Sarah, do you guys assume are remaining in your hiding spots?
Yes, Lorna will remain.
Yeah. They's just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
What did I roll?
You rolled a 20. Not
You rolled a
natural,
12.
Ah, cool.
but that's still pretty good with advantage. So, 20 and
For what?
16. To persuade Lorna to not immediately attack.
Oh, the ravens?
Yeah,
Gotcha,
because
gotcha.
she's anxious and needing to murder something.
So it was a 20?
Yes. So
Oh,
Lorna
okay.
does not do anything. She remains hiding. If they come past, then she'll attack.
Oh, god damn it.
Maybe.
God damn it. All right.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay.
All right. All right. I'm going
And
to
it's
go back
just
to the
and it's just humans that
No.
they're bringing up.
Nope, it's you'll see two of the ravens are carrying 3 to 4 or no 4 creature or fey creatures. Some of them are, I've already described them below, but they're like just various different
No,
looking
the
creatures. Some of them have big eyes, some of them have toadstools for heads, some of them are porky pine in their hair, but they have humanoid-like features. There are different types of fey touch creatures, sprites, pixies. They kind of fall in that general bucket of type of creature that they're dragging up the stairs.
Okay.
We are not here for them.
Yeah.
Wait, are you in the same hiding huddle spot?
I don't know, am I? I can't see shit.
I'll say for this that you, Lorna, that the three of you are all huddled as closely together in the best spot you can find. At least until anyone tries to come your actual direction. So, anything else you guys want to do or say before I move back down to there?
If you attack any of them, it will jeopardize our mission and it could affect your brother.
Okay. I will try my hardest not to. I promise. And she is going to put her sword on her back and just clench her fist. Like, okay, sword is not out. It's fine. Yep.
All right. I'm going back down here then.
Okay, bye.
As you guys have your last communication, you shadow step into the cell with this younger red-haired man. Seeing a way better view of him from in the cell, you can tell it's not Lorna's brother. It's just another younger man from Galos.
All right. How do I want to do this without?
Oh, give me 1 second. I'm gonna just go grab something. Be right back. Give you time. Give me a second to think.
Like, I want to say something, but if I say something, they might freak out. Because it is just a voice coming from nowhere.
It is. Sometimes
like, hey,
you gotta risk
I'm
it
in
for
the
the
cell
biscuit.
with you. I'm in the cell with you. Don't panic.
If you panic, I will punch you. Don't punch them.
Well, I don't want to punch him because then I'll lose invisibility.
I know.
Okay.
All right.
So you're fine.
So I'm going to go to like the corner that's furthest away from him, and like just at like a whisper level, be like, we're here to help, but where is Rory?
You startled all the men in the cell. The little, well, I'm sorry. Are you going in the corner next to him and whispering
No,
this?
like I am like the furthest away from everybody I can, because I don't want anybody to freak out and like try to swing at me or some shit like that. Like just hearing a voice coming from nowhere.
Excuse. So you're saying you're asking where's Rory, or what are you saying exactly? You're sorry, you said it. But...
So, like we're here to help, but we need to find Rory.
It startles the men in the cell hearing this voice coming nowhere. They all kind of get up to their feet. They're in shackles, and but they're doing their best to kind of put themselves in a defensive posture as best possible while being manacled. And then they are several of the men are just saying some nonsense or just startled, just kind of trying to make sense of what is happening. One of the men will say, "Don't listen to the voice. It's just the ravens playing cruel tricks again on our minds. Is it's just here to torture us on giving us a glimpse of hope."
Hearing that, I would respond back with, "We are companions here with Miss Lorna McKinley."
Hearing that, the younger lad will say, "McKinley, you're telling my cousins here." And
Yes, actually.
He'll then kind of say, "Then hopefully there's a chance for all us to get out of here after all. We won't be turning into any of those kind of horrid creatures out there." How did you guys get here? How did you guys find us? How did you get in here? He just has all sorts of questions, and he's really just asking you all sorts of questions. You can feel free to engage in those questions, or you can continue on with your own series of questions.
It would just be like, we snuck here. Currently,
I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. And quietly, I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding and start pulling out the 7 daggers that I have and laying them on the ground to where they just like magically appear in front of them.
Oh, okay. Wait. All right. I guess that works. Because if you drop something when you're invisible, it no longer is invisible, right?
Correct.
Okay. But yeah, these daggers start to appear out of nowhere, and the men immediately snatch them up in their manacles. But obviously, they have limited mobility with them. But it's better than nothing.
And then also, I will reach into my normal bag and pull out. I have 11 darts, so I'm going to pull out 10 of them and kind of do the same thing. And they could try to use it as a lockpick or maybe like a makeshift prison shank or something if it all comes down to every last ditch hope.
You've given us a fighting chance, Spirit. How does McKinley send you to us from afar?
Not that far.
I mean, not that far. She's at least 500 feet away. It's currently invisibility. We don't have a lot of time. We got to go try to get the other people that Dave took. But
wait, no, don't leave us. With you, we have a chance of getting out of here. But if they come back for us, perhaps
knowing who your
out of here.
cousin is, you should have a chance of getting out of here now that you have a weapon.
I've only been here for a few weeks. Some of these men have been here a little bit longer and have gone through a little bit more. I don't know how much fight they got left in them, but we will do our best to kind of at least defend ourselves while they come for us.
We will try to get back before they take you, but if they do, at least you have a chance to either get away or inflict as much damage as you can trying. At least you'll go down on your own terms.
Nod. He goes, I wish I could give you something back for this favor, but I'll fight for my life when they come to open this cell. That I can promise. That's the only thing I can give you at this time. I hate to ask you anything more, Spirit, but could you help the other some of my other bannermen that are in the other cell being held across the way? They'll give them a good fight too if they have a decent weapon in their hands.
Well, I kind of gave you all of them. All I got left is this trident. But hell, who knows?
Also, Cousin McKinley, I'm assuming you don't know where Rory is?
Rory was already taken away from these cells when I arrived. But the old man in the other cell told me one of the higher born ravens took him on special command from, I don't know, God, who knows, whoever's controlling this madness. But
I'm gonna mention the name. What is it? Duval?
Dival?
Yeah, Dival.
Yes, I've heard just what the cult or the ravens, squawk about down here when they come to spend or on their lovely visits. I've never met the bastard myself, but apparently all the ravens serve this Dival, who's kind of overseeing the day-to-day, if you will. The murdering, the experiments, the prisoners, everything that makes up a great getaway.
I will mention that if they happen to escape their captures and they want to join us, like kind of the path to get the direction that we were, but it may be better for them to try to get out.
We're no cowards, friend, but I'm afraid the magic I've seen in some of these stews, if you will, are a little bit feel a little outmatched with only my dagger.
We use it smartly. Don't attack them in here. Don't attack them in the next room. Get them in one of the hallways where they're isolated. Use your size.
There's a few of us in here now with decent blades. We can maybe use some of that, but we don't stand a chance of, with our numbers against those guardians that are hulking around here.
That's why you avoid them.
Of course. But when a raven squawks, it's usually calls a few friends.
Well, then go for the throne. Can't talk without one.
So he nods and okay, yeah. What would you guys like to do? Wait, you're not in there, Nico. I'm sorry.
Nope. I'm talking from outside the cell.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So Cronus, what would you like to do? He did ask you to see if you could spare any weapons for his bannermen, in the other cell, or anything really to lighten their spirits.
Actually, you know what? I will vamp out and vamp into the other room, the other cell, and
you go through a similar introduction experience.
And I will pull my trident out. This is a regular ass trident.
Wait, Cronus, I have a dagger.
I would have taken Anika's dagger and give that to him. And I will give them the 5 dragon teeth I have. Again, some type of a makeshift prison shank.
Oh, okay. It's better than being empty-handed for sure. And they are still pretty sharp. So there'll be a deadly or a more definitely a more efficient improvised weapon.
And the sickle that I've had since day one. I will give that up to him as well.
All right. Between that, you're able to arm quite a few men. Not every man in this cell, but you were definitely able to arm the two red-haired men that had identified as men from Galos when you came into their cells and you kind of introduced yourself. They'll kind of talk to you more about the same thing that you kind of talked about with the other McKinley. But one of the older of the two will speak up and says, I've been here the longest out of most of these men. I've kind of favored well by keeping my nose clean and staying as far away from trouble as possible. But and other times is by sheer luck. One time they did take me up to the experiment room, and by dumb luck, whatever orders, whoever's fickle enough to change their minds on who dies and when, for some reason decided it was not my turn that time. But on the way back down, I did see what seemed to be a tunnel, and I saw at one time a raven, not in their human form, but when he went in their bird form, fly up this tunnel away from the experiment hall. I don't know where it goes, but perhaps there are other passages that you can find if you keep a good keen eye on your as you walk through. You may be able to see some other kind of shortcuts along your way. He basically will say he saw one in this broad area. I don't even want to really put it on a map because it's so broad, but like along this, you can't see me ping it. Along this journey up here.
So where we saw the cultists come from?
Yeah, and all along this journey back down, he said that he saw a secret tunnel where a regular raven, like not in their human form, but the flying form, fly through this little tunnel that was kind of near the ceiling, but almost as if a shortcut. Or to maybe go to a nest. He doesn't really know, but he says that there does seem to be some tunnels. They're not everywhere, but if you keep a good eye, you might find a shortcut or find a way around the traditional path. So you got a bearing or a general area of one of the secret tunnels, so that will mechanically I'll probably just take that into consideration with DCs and stuff. When you guys learn things about stuff, you get a better or kind of yeah. So when you guys are kind of go whatever direction you guys are going, if you have information like that in the area, I'll ask for a perception check to see if you guys can discover it. That's all he has to share with you guys when he's there. He does, if you ask him about Rory, he does say that he remembers Rory. He wasn't looking great, and I thought he was going to be the next one to kind of make the block until I don't know what changed, but he got taken away abruptly and alone. There was quite a few people that came for him. It wasn't like any normal kind of prisoner transfer that they'd experienced before, but that was a few weeks ago. He kind of shares, so more of the same, but a little bit different news about Rory.
I think I know what's going on with him. So
yep. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I will vamp back out and.
Okay. How long does your invisibility last for again?
An hour.
An hour. Okay. Yep. You guys still have plenty of time.
And then, are we past the point for my pass without trace, or? I think we said we had a half hour.
No. You are still within that. You guys have probably been, well, shoot, you guys sneaked down here, traveled across. You are probably near the end of it, so probably not probably not through the cell, but once you get about to here, you're gonna lose it right before you have to start making your climb out of here.
Okay.
So, you guys depart, making your way across the room. You guys did very well before, and you guys have learned the layout of the land. So, you guys make it back, following a lot of your steps back. At the end of that, you feel different. You feel like your foots have a little bit more weight to them. They feel a little bit more. Um, they feel a little bit more natural and not so gifted as they were a moment previously. And you guys start to make your climb up. I assume, Anika, you're still riding Cronus's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cronus, go ahead and give me. You know what? These are not difficult climbs, so there's no athletics checks required because the cultists and all of them are traversing it like normal stairs at this point. But I will go ahead and take a stealth check from you, Cronus.
24.
24. Okay. You grab the lift of the rock and you know with great athleticism row yourself over it and vault kind of over it, and you start to ascend the rock path, rugged path up towards the first landing, towards back to your group. You'll see that the group of ravens and prisoners are walking away at this point, or at the very tail end of their journey of the trail, entering the experimentation room. You do you continue, I assume, heading back to the home group?
Actually, I will sit right here and just use the earrings to converse with Lorna. That way I can keep an eye on the group here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look for the bird tunnel.
Okay. You can go ahead and do a perception check in this general area to see if you find anything else, any kind of openings.
Mm.
Okay. You know, you've pretty well checked this room over already with the rest of your group when you were kind of scouting this out, and you found the thorn branch growing overhead the assembly area. You don't see any major openings or spaces.
Hmm.
Said earrings to Lauren, and she said hi.
I'm here. I just didn't
Oh,
know.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm like,
You're just continuing. It's fine. It's like, okay,
I'm sorry.
I'll just wait here.
So, Cronus, you start to whisper back to Lorna.
Yep. Pretty much. Be like, we're back up. We're kind of trailing the cultists that had the prisoners. If you want to go ahead and make your way down to the next level, and then we can look for the secret tunnel. That was it. The two older guys, were they relatives to her?
They were men from Galos, but they did not identify as relatives. The only one
Okay.
that spoke out to referred to her as a cousin. He didn't specify if he was a second cousin, a third cousin, nothing
Yep.
like that. Just that they are related in some way.
Yeah. So just be like talking to guys from Galos and one of your cousins. He didn't even give me a name, but the told us about a tunnel that they saw the ravens fly in and out of.
And that I can't find for shit.
I mean, I can't see you, so I don't know what you're doing.
I'm on your shoulders looking at the ceiling. I see no holes.
Okay.
So I think it may be a good idea to get the group down, and we can start trailing.
Okay. There was no sign of Rory then?
No, they took Rory a couple weeks ago.
Fuck.
He's with the person.
He's with a higher up.
Dival? Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you down there.
You won't, but we'll see you.
She can't hear you.
I thought you were repeating.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess Nika and I will wait till
Mm-hmm.
that you get down
Just
here.
chilling.
Do you want me to go back up and tell them what's happening? Nick? Oh, did we lose him? Your headphones aren't working. Or we can't hear you talk. One of those two. Oh no.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
We get to make our own story.
Yeah! Push it up!
Alright, so who's got the bone?
I do! Got something in this bag.
Hey guys,
You
I just-
you have the ultimate we need to fuck shit up thing. You have a filter of love in that bag.
Yes, I do.
all right. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My internet died, so I might have to call it early tonight. But we will continue with everything we can do. Theater of mind. But if it gets past anything that, I might have to just call it for the night. But we'll keep going based off that stuff. So I'm sorry what I missed. What you guys had decided. Did you guys want to go back to the group and discuss your next plans, or what are
Nope.
your plans
They're coming
currently?
to us.
Okay,
Yep.
let's all go back to the regular channel then.
Hello. Lorna looks
Welcome back.
pissed the fuck off now. Oh,
I'm
did
guessing,
we? Oh, there we go.
guessing bad things happen.
So Lorna got a message, and she doesn't look happy about it. But she takes a few deep breaths and is like, "Okay, we're in here. We'll figure it out." He's not there. They took him a couple of weeks ago, and we need to meet them down one more level. And I don't know what we're doing from there. Okay, okay.
Okay.
And Lorna will proceed to walk out of her hiding spot and go down to the next level.
I'll follow behind.
I mean, is the ravens gone?
They made their way up the stairs and towards the cells. But they did. Is everyone in this channel, or is everyone's in anyone on the other one?
Nope.
We're good.
We're all here.
So sorry, my internet went out. So we're gonna go as far as theater of the mind will allow us to go, but then I might have to call it short because we have a storm and my internet's dead. Let me just restart my router while I'm up and checking. There we go. So as you guys kind of saw them trail away and go up into the experimentation room, ahead, you will see, you'll see them all kind of walk into that room and drop off where they are taking the prisoners. All right. So you guys all regroup here on the middle platform where Group B is at. So now you're all back together. And let's see here. I'm all kind of messed up now, running around thinking. So yes, you don't see them coming back right now, but that is the direction they head, and they did clear out.
And then we're still invisible, correct?
You guys are still invisible. You're about 30 minutes into your invisibility right now.
Over
Okay.
here.
What? Huh?
We're over here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What are we doing? Are we following them? Are we...
Considering they're about to go into the secret dungeon of someone we've never heard of, probably a good idea.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Sneaky sneaks. Right?
Yep. And I'm actually gonna trail a little further ahead.
I'm still on your shoulders.
Actually, as you guys finish your discussion about your next moves, you will see that the doorway opens up again, and you'll see that the 3 more ravens coming back down the stairs towards your group, like towards the way they originally came. It's not all. Shoot, I'm losing track of how many it was before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, yeah. So 3 are coming back. You don't see the other 4 with them. It doesn't seem to be all 7.
This could be interesting.
Okay.
You want to meet him in the hallway?
I mean, I kind of want to let them get down to the jail cell. We did just give a bunch of weapons to the everyone in the cells.
We did kind of make our own distraction. I'm down.
That's good.
Okay, but they're also all going to die because of those 2 giant things down there, too.
I did tell them to use the weapons smartly.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing big. It's like daggers, darts, and dragon teeth, and a trident.
In a sickle.
Trident. Put that in up your coat.
That'll fit in one of their pockets, right?
Yeah, right? That's terrible.
Definitely.
Or
Hey,
we
this is
can wait
all me.
till-
I'm just happy to see you.
we can wait till the distraction happens and then take care of the big guys.
Yeah, we can do that, too.
If we're doing altruistic, yeah.
Okay.
Realistically, that probably gets most people out alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're doing what now? You're letting them. What are you doing again?
So those of you visible, hide.
Yeah, I'm hiding.
Going to hide. Give myself guidance.
Okay. So I guess go ahead and do stealth checks for everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and give me stealth checks for everyone in the group.
30, 20.
Oh, no.
There is no pass without a trace, though.
Nope.
I gave myself guidance.
Even though you don't need it.
You rolled a 9.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here looking at the chat log, waiting for the chat. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have no internet. So can someone do me a favor and read back, or just let me know? Is there anyone that scored anything less than a 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Who scored less than a 20?
The humans.
Yeah.
And Cronus.
The humans. Nope.
No.
Cronus got a 25.
Oh, never mind.
The other one's
Yeah.
Josel.
The humans. Yeah.
So Josel and Lorna, what did you guys roll?
9 and an 8.
Okay. This is a different area where you've come to regroup Cronus and Anika in their invisible form, their advantageous form.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of room for all 5 of you to be down here this close to the main thoroughway. I mean, this is obviously the preferred path. That's why no one's really been going through the route you guys were previously holed up in. Go ahead and roll me another stealth check, both of you. And I will take that, or roll me, actually, they're far away enough for you to still recover where you're hiding at. Go ahead and give me one more stealth check, Lorna and Josel.
16
And if you could-
for
I mean,
All right.
if I have to roll a 20, that means I have to roll a natural 20.
Rolled an 18, and Lorna got a
18?
16.
Okay. So you guys will be able to find new hiding spaces, but you're going to have to separate yourself from the group a little bit and go
Okay.
backtrack your steps just a little bit.
Mhm.
But it lets you get all cover. Anika and Cronus, you guys are in invisible form. And, within minutes later, the three ravens are a lot closer. I will say you do not see in the group that one raven that was standing, the one with the robes and the cloak, the necklaces, and everything else garbed around him.
Oh, the
He
one
is-
whose image is very punchable.
Yeah, the one's very punchable. And I probably didn't describe this well to the home group here. Was that I chose the one image of the raven, but the raven people, these cultists, if you will, around this tower, they don't all look the same. Some of them have more bird-like features. Some of them have actual beaks. Some of them have talons instead of hands and feet. They range in variety and look, but most of them do not wear any kind of personal belongings like some of these cloaked members do. So they are starting to get about halfway down the pathway, and they're still heading towards you. Moments later, they are upon you, Anika and Cronus, and they are making the turn to go towards the cells in the assembly area. Is there anything anyone would like to do at this time, or are you all letting them pass?
I'm going to let them pass.
Resist
Okay.
urge to make a fart noise, but yes, I let them pass.
Okay. All right. And they do so. They pass and they continue their descent to the prison room. What do you guys do?
Wait.
Yeah. Well, actually, do you think we should go ahead and get in position to jump down for the big guys once the commotion starts?
Wait, so our plan is to attack down on the prison level?
I thought you guys were trying to go to the experiment or trying to go after. I'm confused what your plan is.
I don't know
know.
what the plan is.
I thought we were just considering helping the people get out of the cell area and not have to fight the two big guys.
I mean,
Maybe see what they
There's
do
more
in the
than
cell
just
area before we blow their cover.
guys. Just a reminder, there's a lot more than
There's
just two big guys.
7 big guys.
down there?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Oh,
There's like
hell
4 of one and
no.
3 of the other.
yeah.
They
I just
were
put the pictures
injured,
up for
but-
a reminder.
They were injured though.
right,
Yeah,
yep.
but
Okay, let's move forward then.
Let's go.
Maybe like wait and see what the prisoners do.
yeah, see if they
See if they decide to attack there and whatnot.
So here's the dilemma.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if the
Mhm.
prisoners come out and they start getting slaughtered, you're going to want to go down there and help them. And at that point, we are out of a advantage position at that point.
Curtis, you and I can go down there.
But then we
The
won't
other
be able
three
to
are
take
What are we
Get
on.
going to
away.
do?
Exactly, we won't be able to take on Kree. I don't
You
want to
could go
say.
down there, Cronus, to get a front row seat.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing. Like if we go down there, we're going down there to get in position to set up an ambush once the big dogs try to join the fight.
Yeah. But
But
if the other
if-
3 go down there visible, it's gonna start a fight.
No, we don't go all the way down. We get in position to head down there. Or
Again.
we know going into it that, they're Lorna's people, so they're going to fight to the death regardless. And we move forward, knowing that we gave them the best chance of getting out.
Because in the ultimate scheme of things, we need to stop Kree.
And not die fighting 7.
But if we just
Guardians.
Exactly.
stand here and watch the slaughter happen, I'm gonna end up jumping in.
Then let's
No.
not watch.
Joseph, what do you have to say? I haven't heard a lot from Joseph. What do you have to say to the group as you guys discuss the strategy?
What? So wait, where do we need to get to?
So
Secret cells.
the secrets, Diabol secrets, or private cells. Yeah,
Private cells. So
Diabol,
this
that's a new name.
is this where the three ravens went to, or is that where they came from?
That's where they
Came
were
from.
taking the original set of prisoners that they took.
They were taking them to this room where, or to the experimentation room. That's kind of where the two pathways come together. I don't know if you got an updated screenshot actually of it yet. Has anyone sent an update to the general
I got
channel? Got it. It's also not really revealing it, but in that room with the two tables, those experimentation tables, there's a path leading northway. I didn't reveal enough in the Polygon or the Boggle War, but there's one pathway leading further up, and there was the two leading out. You guys were over on the left side. The Ravens seem to be going up and down the right side.
So the ravens are the purple ones.
Yeah.
The purple ones, yeah. They're heading off with the prisoners to take them to Diavol's private cells. It doesn't look like all of them are going back. It looks like maybe just the ones carrying the humans are taking them to Diavol's private cells. And it seems like the few that were carrying the Fey creatures are returning back down the stairs.
Okay, so we need to go up to where they're at currently.
I don't know. You guys, your original goal was to find Rory, which you guys think is in Diabol's private cells, is what you guys seem to be discussing. But you guys are now kind of conflicted that these prisoners are armed, and these ravens may go down to pick them up or to release them.
Right, so I don't really give a shit about the prisoners. I want to accomplish the goal that we came here to do. So if our goal is to go to where those ravens are at, then that's where we should go. And rather than, can we go through the left side? Is that what that is? Another way in?
Or
do we got to go?
Route. That is a route around and to that experimentation room as well. Yes.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
then.
why don't we go that way?
Actually,
But that is not where the secret passage was revealed. The whereabouts of the possible secret passage that one of the prisoners told you, Cronus, about.
Yeah, but it's also not where they
here.
would be able to put a bunch of humans through. I mean, unless I could turn all of those humans into birds, I don't think that's where the secret things are. Or the private cells are. Although if you want, Ichabod could check.
Yeah, I'll send Ichabod.
To try and find the secret tunnels.
And then I would give like the best explanation to Josel.
I would help.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to send Ichabod, and Ichabod has advantage on perception.
Okay. Go ahead as you send Ichabod towards that kind of middle area between you guys and the experimentation room. Just to let you know, guys, you guys strategizing stuff and doing this is you guys probably looking at about 20 minutes to 15 minutes left of invisibility as well. But Ichabod gets to about the middle area that I showed you, Cronus, when I was painting the map. Go ahead and if you already rolled perception, please just let me know what you rolled for Ichabod.
What am I rolling? Do I roll Josel's perception or just
Ichabod's?
Ichabod's.
Does he actually have a sheet?
He does. I don't think he has access to Ichabod's sheet. I think I only gave him access to Josel.
Owl's perception has a +3.
At
And
advantage.
just roll with advantage.
Okay. So what, 2d20s and just add 3 to it?
Yep.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
So 20.
No, Ichabod's having a hard time finding this route. Oh wow. It's it must blend in pretty well with its surroundings.
There was a Skyward when you need him. Yeah, I'll let the others know that I
You
don't
keep
see
searching.
shit.
If you want to spend another 5 to 10 minutes, Josel, you absolutely could keep searching with Ichabod.
We don't have a whole lot of time.
And you could just tell him
Well,
to keep
let's
searching.
just do this. I'll pick up Josel and move forward with Josel if he wants to keep looking.
He's not invisible.
No, that's fine. He's just going to be a floating corpse floating through the air.
What? What are you trying to do?
Weakened at Bernie's Josel.
Yeah, like I can just pick Josel up and just move along with him. Because it sounds like we're getting ready to... What, are we moving back up towards the side entrance?
No, I think we're moving up
Are we
this
just going...
way to go into the experimentation.
Yeah, that's the way we came from.
Then yep.
Yeah, so... We kind of already checked that area out. So I feel like there's less chance of people being there. I mean, like, I know there still could be.
We also know it's less traveled, apparently.
But yeah, so Josel can keep doing his thing, and I can just carry Josel along.
I see what you're saying. Got you.
That's all on Josel, whether or not he wants to...
How heavy are you, Josel, with all your armor and equipment?
I don't get me lying. I don't have my character sheet.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, how much is you wear split mail, right?
Yeah.
Weighs about 40 pounds. I thought it was lighter.
Around. Splint? Nah, Splint's heavy.
Oh shoot, that's
His
right.
sheet says he weighs 220. So.
Gotcha.
Is that the equipment?
No.
That's the carrying weight.
Carrying
That's
weight,
just
like
how much he weighs.
220, and his total weight of his bag is 76 pounds.
So
300 pounds.
300 pounds. You have a strength of 20.
But I don't think it
be able to carry that.
I don't think it counts your equipped piece.
No, that would be the 70 equipment, like backpack.
Oh, it does
all that
include
shit.
that.
In the 70 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
That
Well,
you
then,
add
I guess, yeah, you
to
could lift them up. It'd just be a little bit challenging. You just have a probably disadvantage on some of your athletic rules to carry them up because again, these aren't perfect steps. They are kind of rumble and tumble. This pathway is a lot more in disarray and ruin than the other one they've been traveling.
But again, you're asking the old man to get manhandled, so that's whether or not he's going to allow it.
It's up to you. Josel, are you up for that?
It's the meaning, but he'll do it.
It's the meaning what he'll do.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Would Josel allow it or would Josel not do it?
Joseph will he would do it, but he won't like it.
He'll grumble, but he'll allow it.
Just being a grumpy old man.
Oh, 1 second, guys. All right, I am back. So you're going the north route, and you're carrying Josel with you. All right, everyone's we're staying as a group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Faye, did you have anything else to say? I don't feel like I heard you say.
I haven't really had much to do. so
yeah, I
far.
was gonna say, is there anything you want to say about the strategy, or have anything that you'd like to add?
That's the best option we have.
Hmm.
We need to learn more, and that secret cells might be the best option.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys make it up the way you came down, making it all the way back up to the room where you were able to get a little bit of a view inside. Scouting a little bit ahead, you will kind of be able to get the same kind of perspective, a glimpse inside the room. You'll see that there are two ravens in the room that are going about getting the different chemicals and the dust that kind of what makes their experimentation work. And they walk over to the tables where there are currently manacled and chained fey creatures. This time you see no humans in this room, but you do see a couple of the fey creatures strapped to these tables. You can fit more than one on them because they're typically smaller than the human lot. They are kind of getting prepared. The one seems to have finalized all the preparation and starts approaching one of the tables with a few of these creatures with two large chemical bottles of this concoction. He starts to approach the fey creatures, and as I describe these things, I don't know how to play it or how to do that as a DM. But feel free to always, if there's something going on that if you want to jump in, that you can. But he uncorks the bottle, and he will start to pour it upon the first fey creature. And again, you see it kind of turn into this large decaying log with toadstools immediately popping off of it and green grass growing across the log. He prepares the second bottle, walking over to another one. He also turns into a familiar organic earth-like substance.
Is Lorna able to see Rory in here?
No, you only see these fey creatures. Only two remaining alive now, and these two ravens conducting these experiments.
She quickly looks at the group like, this is the only way in. We need to get through here, so kind of need to fight these guys.
Yep. So real quick, the main guy with the robes, does he have any like the vials that he has like in his hands?
The guy in the. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Like the main guy, like the one with the robes and stuff.
There's no one with robes in this room.
Oh, well, hell. We should probably just go in there and kick the shit out of him.
We should also probably learn some information.
Agreed.
You haven't fought these guys. You don't know if you can kick the shit out of them.
Maybe we should make it quiet in there.
You know, that's a good idea, Josel.
It really is.
I mean, it's going to limit some of our people.
We just need
I have a feeling these guys aren't exactly the melee type.
We just need info. We don't need to talk for that. Be fine.
So are we killing everybody? Or are we leaving one?
I say leave one.
Leave one.
All right. Well, if we're ready, I'll go ahead and cast silence on the room.
I'll also have Cronus put me down.
I figured I'd put you down while I was carrying Josel anyways.
Oh, makes sense.
So, you put her down. You cast the spell silence upon the room. As soon as you do so, I imagine you all are going. All six of you, or all five of you, are charging into the room to take these two out.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah!
All right, and I hate to do this because this is where I'm kind of like I have with no internet. Can I do this? So I hate to do this to everyone. I'm sorry about the shitty weather. We'll try to
Be
do this
continued.
to be continued next week. That's okay. I think that's good. I think you guys got a lot through. Learned a few things. You got your next heading, and I think you learned about some people you need to learn some or find out about some more things. So, yeah.
We do have the turn order. If you want us to go ahead and roll initiative, or
I have to clear it all, don't I?
Yeah, we'll just wait for next week.
Wait for next week.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. We'll roll for initiative. Actually, we'll roll stealth. If you all have a good stealth roll approaching before entering the door, you guys might all get a surprise round, and that will just be null the fact that he won't be able to do anything.
I mean, they can't hear us.
That's true. I will say that Anika and Kronos by default have a surprise round just because they can't be seen.
I can, because I casted silence.
Oh, yep. Okay, so then we're going to do a normal initiative rule. No one declared they were trying to I mean, I thought it was kind of. So yeah, we'll do stealth and see how it goes and see.
I mean, what way are they facing? Are they facing the door we're coming through? Because they can't hear us.
Yeah, but the lack of noise altogether would probably.
By the lack
potentially, but
something is off-putting by the lack of. Yeah, the void of noise is completely startling. Even white noise, devoid of all that, is going to catch their attention immediately. So,
but would they immediately look towards the door that's least used?
I will take it all into consideration when we do our stealth checks next week. So, all right. Well, again, sorry we had to cancel early, guys, but I had a fun time. I hope you all enjoyed.
All good.
You'll get to kill something start of next session, Lorna.
Thank you.
Well, you guys have been very cloak and dagger. It's hard to.
I mean, we've had
trying to.
How dare us use our party strengths?
I know. What bitches we are.
Like, can you guys piss something off?
No.
Right?
Well,
that's how I die.
See, that's why I had Josel roll a persuasion check, because Lorna would have totally just gone and murder hoboed them at that point.
Like, no, I'm tiny and I have less than 100 hit points. No.
No.
I have 6 less than 100.